Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you for coming. I want to share with you some of the things that we talked about today at work. So we had an all-day meeting with the principal and the rest of the teachers, and there's a few things that they wanted us to share. One, they want us to share that all the other teachers who are the support teachers are also working. For example, the ELD teachers, Mr. Gutierrez, Mr. G, Miss H, they're working and they are giving us support, but I think they were having a hard time like not assigning work, and they were starting to give the kids extra work. And so today we said to them that some of the parents were starting to say that the kids had home, schoolwork from the teacher and schoolwork from their ELD teacher, and that it was starting to become very overwhelming because some of the parents were saying, well, I can't do that right now because I have to do our ELD work. So now it's going to be more like they're going to have also a folder inside. You know how you go into my distance learning folder? They're also going to continue to have the ELD folder, but that's going to be kind of a support, and they're going to continue to just put optional exercises or activities, but they still do want to continue with the 2 Zooms a week. So right now the ELD teachers are doing 2 Zooms a week, and in those Zooms they're like reviewing some skills and things like that for the kids. So they do like that they're doing those 2 Zooms a week, but they're not going to assign homework. They're going to just have options for the families. Also, there's like the special ed department. If your child has an IEP, hold on one second. Hold on, I'm admitting other friends. Hola, hola.
Hi.
I forgot who's Alvarez T.
That's Tracy.
Oh,
Max's
yes, you're Max's mom. Okay. Oh, sorry. I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh. It comes and goes. It comes and goes. Oh, yes, it changes places. Okay. So I was saying that that the ELD teachers are going to continue to do 2 Zooms, and they're going to not assign homework. The special ed teachers, those kids who have like an IEP, if their child has an IEP, like for speech, those speech teachers are also contacting you. They're not going to give you homework, but they are going to perhaps do some Zoom exercises with each child, and they're going to want to anything support what we like. If Miss Courtney Huffman is reaching out because your child has an IEP, she's going to check in with you to help support your child, but they're not going to assign extra work. Also know that there is a music folder, and I'm probably going to start putting some of the music links into my lesson plans so that you can do it, because we have a teacher that's a paid music teacher, and oh no, am I freezing up?
No,
can you see
now
me?
We can hear you.
Okay, good. There's a paid music teacher, and she is like not having to do very much. So she does have a folder, and I'm gonna start pulling some of her music lessons into our lessons. So we're trying to figure out what to do coming back from spring break. The principal wants everyone to, all the families to know that we are definitely going to not expect anything during spring break. So we're not going to do any homework, but I am going to do some fun activities for them. For example, there's these virtual field trips where because we don't get to go anywhere, we're not having vacations anywhere, the kiddos can go on these virtual field trips around the world where they can explore things and maybe just some fun activities just to keep them occupied, because some of the parents are, during my parent conferences, they've said, you know, if our kiddos don't have any classwork during this 1 week, it's going to be hard to get them back on once we go back to school. They're not going to be excited about, you know, even after coming back from Saturday and Sunday, sometimes they don't want to get started again. So I do want them to continue to do, but nothing is going to be required. Also, the principal wants us to kind of stick to the workday, because sometimes there's, because we're struggling as teachers and family members too. And so they want us to not really work during the spring break. They want us to, we're not going to respond to emails. We're not really going to do any videos. It's actually going to be us, we're going to shut it down. So doing that. We are going to, I worked with my team. Every grade level worked with their team, and we're all following similar focus. So it's going to be the same curricular focus is going to be, let me make sure that that child came in. Where's that? Oh, there, there. Hello, Mrs. Cifarelli, Mr. Cifarelli.
Hi.
Oh, sorry we're late.
It's okay. I recorded this, so whatever you missed, you can catch up on it on the YouTube video later on.
Okay.
So I was saying that as a team, we work together to make a focus to basically do the curricular areas, and we have a focus for every week, and we work together on language arts, we work together on math, on science, on writing, but we agreed that we did not want, we need to know how the kids are doing, and the best way that we know how our kids are doing is through the flip grids. So the flip grids are like the main area the main place where we're able to see how the kids are doing, but we don't want the kids to have to do like a flip grid for everything they learned. Although one like Jaden, he did an amazing flip grid. He showed us everything that he did in 1 week, and I thought it was great, but it was hard for me to measure because it was like super fast. But so every week we're going to have one curricular focus. For example, last week I wanted to know about the writing and science, right? So I wanted them to read to me the Animal Kingdom book, right? And through that flip grid, I can see how they're writing, I can see what they're doing, I can see what they're understanding about the animals. And so that was last week's curricular focus. This week has been counting collections, right? And so I wanted 2 flip grids on counting collections, one just to show me their special collection, and one where they are actually counting in 2 or 3 different ways. So we're going to continue that, where I am very clearly letting you know exactly what it is, what curricular focus I want the kids to focus on that week. So for example, if parents do not have time, if they don't have time to work with their child every single day and do all of the work, at least know that we want you to focus on the curricular focus of that week, because a lot of parents are saying it's taking too long to do all of this work. I want you to focus at least on the curricular focus. Also, from as far as we know, this is what we've heard from the superintendent. So yeah, today the governor of California and the superintendent gave a recommendation to keep the schools closed through June, right? And open up until the new school year. So then they're gonna follow chain of command. So first it's the governor and the superintendent's recommendation. And very soon it'll be the LA County superintendent. He's going to give his recommendation. And then probably it'll be then our superintendent will give the recommendation, but it'll be like kind of a trickle effect through the chain of command. First they say it, and then we're going to say, yes, we're going to follow. And usually what we saw is that once LAUSD, I need help. I need help. No, porque yo estoy trabajando con mis amigos, mira. Mira, dile hola a todos los amigos, yo estoy trabajando. Okay. So that's what we saw, that as soon as LAUSD announced that there was going to be the school closure, immediately we announced it too, right? So that's what we know. The principal wants to do a school-wide flip grid during spring break. So this is going to be like a fun one, kind of like a TikTok dance one.
Hi, Jaden.
And so they want the whole, like, I'm not sure exactly what she's thinking, but I already know that people like Carla is going to be excited about this, where we're going to do a flip grid and everyone will be dancing and doing.
Jaden.
Jaden, Eduardo wants to say hi to you. They're so excited to see each other. So she wants us to to do one of those. Also, some of the Da Vinci High School has announced that they're going to still continue to give food lunches, school lunches during spring break. And Dana has been passing out school lunches, but what they want us to not do is congregate, because some parents are putting on Facebook, let's go pick up lunches and hang out at the parking lot at Dana. And that's not what we want to do. They're saying do not eat the lunches at the school. Some other schools, I've seen some LAUSD schools who they don't allow people to congregate. They pick it up as a drive-through. And so maybe that's the recommendation that we're going to give the school district, because a lot of families are walking up, hanging out, and eating, and then walking to Holly Glen Park to eat their lunches and play and stuff. So that's definitely not what we want to do. It's getting, we just don't want that to be a thing that we're doing, where we're Facebooking and announcing that we're going to have like a play date. We want our kids to be safe. There are perhaps, I don't know, I don't want to spread any rumors, but I think there are some cases in Hawthorne. There are cases in Hawthorne already. We just don't know. And we want to keep our kids safe. So
there was an article on Times that you can actually Google that gives you all the cases confirmed in each city. And I can tell you that in Hawthorne, it has been confirmed 2 cases so far.
Okay. Yeah, because you just read stuff, but LA Times seems a lot more, a better resource than the other stuff that I've read. I think I had read something about 8. So in Hawthorne, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm talking about my city. I don't know. But the thing is that the number is growing, and we're trying to really motivate families to stay at home. And as much as it sucks, there's lack of other word, we just have to adhere to what they're saying. I think, I want to share with you, I'm gonna share. I want to share. Can you see what I'm doing now? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I just wanted to share, have you guys been able to go into this one, into the Connect Ed?
Not yet.
Okay, so that's why I just wanted, let me turn on my lights, yes? Give me a minute. All right. So I wanted to, I'm just gonna try one out. So the way that they're doing it is, and I'm just trying this one out, and I'm not going to show what her her password is, but so that's how you do it. You know how on Lexia it's first name, last name, initial, the number, but you have to do that @sign, the ampersand. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up, a yoo-hoo, yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So then I'll do the number. And the reason I'm showing you this one is because moving forward, so the first thing you're gonna do the launch for the first time. And moving forward, it's gonna be important because you know how I'm always reading the books to them? Well, now they're gonna be able to read the books on here, and it's gonna read it for them. Let me do one more thing. So
read.
Do you hear that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so this is what they did this week. I have a feeling that someone drew that line and I didn't know how he did that. So this is the book that I read to them this week. And if you go back just one page, it's like the beginning of the book. So I'm gonna show you. This is a book that I read to them this week, and it's like the beginning of the unit for the week. And it's exactly the same thing, right?
Yes.
But now there's like
Weekly concept. Growing up.
these guys that are going.
Essential question.
Okay.
How can you help out at home?
How long is this? Okay. Thank you. So now I can do that, and I can just continue to turn the pages. But I just wanted to get through it. And then at the top, you're gonna say, how do I get out? Well, you just exit. Ooh, let's see what I did. Or go back. Cancel. There. All right, did I stopped sharing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to share again. Hello, Mrs. Vasquez.
Hi.
I want to share again. Oh, I see what's happening. So my little bar here. So I go back, and then I want the kids to be able to do read, games, and words to know. Here I actually have, sometimes I might have, and this week I did a to-do one, but it's exactly the same book that I already had. So it's going to just be 1, 2, and 3. That's gonna be it, okay? So I wanted to share how to get into this one. All we have to do is add the @sign, the ampersand at the end. Also, I think I wanted to share, are any of you having any trouble with the lesson plans?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to review because some of the parents did not realize that I had this, that I had these, and that they could scroll down through them, and that there were links here that they could see. But I just wanted to double check and show you this, and that one is, you find it through the Juan Cabrillo website. And if anyone has a question on any of these, let me know and email me, and I will get you to this spot. I'm getting.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The Krabby from the Crab book today, the pages that they did, I think they already did them in previous weeks.
Hold on.
That was a mistake, I think. The page number was
Say that again. Which ones?
So the one where they're supposed to circle,
crazy.
I think it was 260 something, and I don't have it in front of me. But when I turned it to there, he had already done it.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So it was
a-
like the UGG, like the UG. They were supposed to like circle some pictures.
No, because this week we're on Unit 9, Week 1, and it should not be UGG. It was
Week family?
Yeah, it was a long vowel A. So it was.
Maybe I was looking at the wrong
I
one.
think it was supposed to be this one, right?
Let me see.
Page 254.
Oh, maybe I was looking at it wrong.
$246 and $247. Oh, I see. No, it was.
No,
No,
when Jesse did it, that page is correct, but the one where they have to write the sentences, it should have been page 305.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's
Yes,
what it was.
yes,
That's what it
yes.
was.
Yes, that is definitely my bad. Yeah, because I put like 301, 302, 303, and it was not that. It's like 301, and I thought that the next page was going to be 302.
Oh, yeah.
302, but the 302 is the page where the sentences are at. So they had already had it. And I wasn't saying 301, 303, 305. Correct?
Yeah.
That's where I messed up. Friends, I mess up a lot. How about, were you guys able to get into Starfall?
Yes.
And do you have the login for Starfall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good, because the rest of today, all the other kindergarten teachers did not know. And if you don't log in, not all the games don't turn on. Some of them are gray. Until you log in, then you can play all the games, because when we come back, we are going to do a lot of those games for the shapes. So yeah, any other questions about lessons, about what's going to happen when we come back?
My question, so are we coming back, or is?
No, I think that what the principal said is, I would be surprised if we do come back.
Right.
So I think that we can, because of the recommendation from the governor and the state superintendent, is not to come back. And so they have, like I said, the LA County superintendent has not said his recommendation. So our superintendent has not given his recommendation, but it seems like it's just a trickle effect, and that's probably what's going to happen. So what they have said is that they're saying that they probably will not be testing kids. So we won't be testing kids. And so the question is, how are we going to report at the end of the trimester? So,
right, that was basically my follow-up question, was like, if we are gearing up and the probability of us or the kids not returning,
yeah.
What are we going to do as far as like testing and the next grade level,
Yeah. So this is what I think. Okay. Now not what's the truth. This is what I think and what I've heard. So Redondo Beach School District has said, we are going to, Long Beach School District said that we're going to continue to teach kids, but they will not grade them. That is what Redondo Beach School District said. We're going to continue. We don't want the kids to fall behind and not be ready for the next grade level, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to continue to push and teach, and we are going to call these parents, any parent who is not, they said today, the principal said that all the parents have been in contact with their teacher, all except for one. So that means that we are going to, if the parents decide to start not following lesson plans and whatever, we are going to continue to call and say, how's it going? Invite you to come back, please, make sure that your child is trying to do this, blah, 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 right? So we are going to make contact all the way through June. And so, but my understanding is no, we will probably not be testing, and we will continue to focus on like a curricular area so that the kids are ready for the next grade level. And so if there are special cases where children need the extra support or not, I think that's something that we're going to have to talk about case by case. Because we just, like, for example, they cannot, right now they're not scheduling SSTs. SSTs are student study teams for any child that might need extra support, and how we can support them at home, because there's no way to test these kids in person. And so we just have to, I think it's going, for me, I feel like it's going to be a generation where the teachers are going to know that this is the generation of kids that had this situation happen to them, and that they're like, your kiddos are going to move on through life knowing that this year for kindergarten, for the third trimester, they might not have grades, or do you see what I'm saying? So for us, kinder, it doesn't affect us as much as it does college and high school kids. So those kiddos are much more affected. Some of the schools, some of the colleges are saying that they're going to give their students the opportunity to do pass, no pass, or credit, no credit for their classes. So I think we're just going to have to wait it out. I would not. We can't go into extreme measures, as in expecting the kids to test. How are we going to equally test? How are we going to do it? It's not like I'll be able to mail you stuff and then you mail it back. It's just not even equal, to do it that way or any other way. So more than anything, it's going to be the information for the flip grids. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Sorry. So any other questions about what I might know about what's going to happen?
No.
Oh,
So I have a question about like the actual paperwork that we're doing.
yeah.
So we're not gonna ever do anything with that, like. Are we going to give it to you at the end of the year? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
We can't tell the kids that.
I know. I'm not going to.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. I totally threatened to call you like almost on a daily basis.
Oh,
Do it.
absolutely.
Do it. Absolutely.
I'm like, oh, you're not doing your work. I'm going to call Miss Rodriguez. I have her phone number.
Yeah, the thing is definitely I can have a chit chat with them when you're at your wit's end. I know I have a bunch of kids. And so I threaten to call them, and I have the teacher's numbers, you know? So I'm like, look, I'll call her. I'll call this teacher. You know, hold on. I think I have it right here, you know? And so I can threaten them, and they know that I can do it, but you probably can't. So email me and say, listen, we've been doing this for 3 days and they're definitely not doing their work. Can you please give us a call so that you can have a chit chat with my kiddo? Because yeah, a lot of kids, even if their behavior is magnified by 3, you know, is just because they're with you. So they feel way more comfortable to have meltdowns all the time. You know, they don't feel like they have the motivation. Like, what's their motivation? I mean, in any like situation, the reason why kids want to go to school is because of recess and lunch. You know, like, I mean, I've been doing this 19 years, and all the time it's been like, what's your favorite thing in school? And they will say the same thing. Like, I love recess. I love playing outside. I love my friends. I love, you know, to go to lunch. I love school because, and none of it is because of learning. So when you take their friends away, why would they want to do that? I mean, like, it's basically the teacher's in their way, you know, when she has to teach. I'm in their way of their social life, you know? So school is like, I am in their way of them being happy because they're there to be with their friends, right? And if now we've taken that away and all they have is Mrs. Rodriguez on a video, ooh, that's why I have to do, you know, a couple of Zooms a week so that they can feel that that's their motivation. You know, their motivation has to be like, you get to go to Zoom with Mrs. Rodriguez if you know, and you can't expect them to do all of the work. And that's something that I've been talking to most of the parents at parent conferences, where is I want you to focus on the curricular area of the week. Like, this week is counting collections, so that's what you focus on the most. Hi, Kendall. And so, but if you don't have time to do all of the work, then that's what you do. Today you got to do this and this, and they were able to independently do this. Perfect. We didn't get to this XYZ, let it go. Let it go and move on. Tomorrow will be a brand new day. Tomorrow we start the brand new lesson plan, and that's it. Because it's about quality versus quantity. So I'm giving you a quantity of things, and you know, I'm not trying to give you, I'm not trying to give them busy work. I'm trying to actually have them think about stuff and learn things, but you only have a limited amount of time because you've got a job and you've got other kids that you have to take care of, and all that is completely understandable. So I would like for you to focus on the curricular area of the week, and then add the extra. So we're trying to work with the parents as much as possible so that you are able to manage your family and your life, because we understand that the situation is tough. And you know, the teachers and I, we sometimes cry, you know, we just sit there and we just cry a little bit, you know, because it's tough. It's tough to keep to keep it up, you know, to keep the kids, and we do it for the kiddos. We try to make we try to keep it as positive as possible, and to keep that normalcy as much as we can. But, you know, we're also concerned about our own family members. So, yeah. But I would like to see it at the beginning of the next school year. If anything, I would love to see their work when we come back, because I definitely do want to, once they go into first grade, I will definitely make some time to pull them for a lunch. So my kindergartners leave at 12:20 the first 2 weeks of school, when we're all early birds at the beginning of the school year, and I would probably pull my first graders, or this year's class, from their lunchtime, because they go to lunch at 12:30. They go to lunch at 12:15. They go to lunch. So I would probably pull my entire class, and I don't want that day to be the last time that they got to be in my class. So I would definitely make that contact with them beginning August, when we get back to school, and we'll definitely talk about how proud I am of their work. And I don't know, I'm thinking about doing something. I mean, it's so much, right? But I don't, it's for their own mental well-being that we would probably have something starting the school year, you know, a culmination of kindergarten, so to speak, you know, because I think they've been through so much. And I do encourage everyone to continue to like have the kids connect through Zoom, to connect and do the dancing and do anything that they can to keep those guys happy and healthy. Yeah. Any other questions? There has been a little bit of a conversation of joining like in resources with the other kinder teachers, and maybe helping to do a little bit of like lesson modifications for kids who need extra work, and lesson modifications for kids who are struggling. As in, I would have the general lesson plans and perhaps some challenges, extra challenges for those kids who need a little bit more challenge, and some help, some extra activities, or a change in the lesson for those kids who still need help in catching up to where we're at. You see what I'm saying? But you have to give me a little bit of time, because I do that in my classroom all the time in groups. I'll do small group instruction. I have different reading groups where they're by level, right? So I have a group of readers who are reading at a first grade level, and some kids who are still working on sounds. So having to differentiate instruction now is going to be a challenge. And as we move forward, we're going to try to find ways to differentiate the instruction. But just giving us being patient with us on that. So yeah, any other questions? No? Anything you thought about? Anything?
No.
And last week I asked about ideas on how the kiddos can have like more time with each other, because but I haven't. And so Mrs. Vasquez, I talked to Luna's mama about that, and yesterday she was able to Zoom, but Mrs. Rodriguez was in La La Land, and I didn't Zoom yesterday. And so but we were talking about possibly having, I don't know, like virtual play dates or something. I don't know. We just talked about that some of the parents are doing it on, what is it called? Well, Zoom would be a good one if you guys all, but if you could, I think they have, you or Mrs. De La Torre, Luna's mama, have the parents' emails, that you could do like a volunteer list so that the kids can either call each other on the phone or something like that, because they need some time to be kiddos. So if you can email with her
Yeah,
and talk about
send
that.
out like a mass email.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we'll do this again, and now we'll go back to the right schedule when we come back from spring break, right? So when we come back from spring break, we'll do the Tuesday evening parent Zoom, and then a Wednesday and a Friday Zoom with the kiddos. And then just check in with the flip grids. And thank you so much for everything that you are doing. You are all in my prayers, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all the work that you are doing in behalf. I don't have enough money to send all of you as a substitute teacher, but I thank you very much.
Oh Lord, no, I don't know how you do it. Like these last 2 weeks, like I seriously don't know how you do it.
I think parents are definitely going to have way more respect for the teachers after having to.
Yes, I feel like I wish I could give you money for so far of this year.
And wine, lots and lots of wine.
I don't drink.
Yes.
But some of you are going to start drinking.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. I get it. I like what I do, and I appreciate those comments. I mean, those comments are really, I mean, they're wonderful. I don't like what I'm doing now. I hate doing these videos. You know, like there's times where I'm like super frustrated at them because I've had to do them like 3 or 4 times, and yeah, I'd rather be with them. I really miss them. I miss them terribly. And, but yeah, I think there is going to be a lot more just grace and respect for what we do, and but know that it's a lot easier when you have it in a classroom setting, in a sense. You know, they don't act like this all the time. You know, they don't act like this all the time. They just do it more you know, because you're their parent. So, you know, I know because I'm a mom, and my children don't act the way that they act at my house at school, you know? So they're a lot better at school. But you're doing a great job. Give yourselves a big hug, and because I know that you guys are trying really, really hard. So thank you.
Oh, I have a question. So kids don't need to show what they did and videotape and send it to you. They don't need to do it anymore.
Oh, yes, they do.
I mean, so you asked earlier that videotape it and then show it on, send it to privately.
Oh, okay. So the private one, I have not been able to figure out, and I've been talking to the teachers, to the other teachers, and they say that it's in my settings. And so I've already. Have you tried it again, Mrs. Cifarelli? Because I emailed you, and
I've tried, but I don't know how. I couldn't figure it out.
Because I sent there's a private grid, there's the public flip grid where you can see all of them, and then there's a private. Let me show you my, I'm gonna show you the one that I have. Okay. That's the one there. Okay, so do you see my flip grids?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have this one, and that's the one. This is my flip grid. This is the educated one. So and then I have this one that's the private one.
Oh.
And so in that private one, I have sent the flip codes to all of you. But It says
My email?
does not exist or has been removed. Oh, great. My Flipgrid has been removed. Okay.
Mm.
So I've continued to do that.
Yeah, that's the same error message that we got.
Oh yeah, for the private one, right?
Yeah.
And so, and the public one is this one.
Right.
Where I'm thinking it's, I'm just over it, you know, because I do like this one because the other parents can see the comments that I give to the feedback, because it's all about feedback. It's not about grading. Like I could grade it, and there's a way where I could give out of 10 points, I could give them a grade, but it's not about that. It's about feedback. So I'll say like, oh, good job on reading. And so then I can see, and here you can see the Flipgrids. Ooh, a lot more have brought them in. So for the animal kingdom. And then I will, right here, you can see the responses that I give, right? Have you seen those?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And even the kids could respond to each other if they wanted to. Watch. So if I go into Juju's, I can.
3.
So right here at the bottom, you could add a response to his. Like, oh, like Jaden could say, Juju, I really liked how you were reading, right? But the important thing is I do want to be able to see it. So I can see Juju that he's reading, but I also want to make sure that you put it up to the camera so that I can see the actual writing.
Aria showed a couple of pages through the other homework videos.
Yeah.
So I didn't record it, you know, because she still need to record the whole.
No, I don't know, like I know you guys have a ton of like my emails and stuff. So I know that one of the parents, one of my emails said, if you already responded to the Animal Kingdom Flipgrid on a different topic.
Yeah, but I didn't show the whole thing, only
That's
the
fine.
couple pages. That's fine?
No, I saw enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw enough. She did it on fish, and she did, yeah, I saw a good amount. So, oh, we're still listening to Julian. All right. Any other questions? I'm so happy I got to 11 families. I'm so excited. Some of them are still unable to Zoom because either they have a Chromebook, but I am so happy that a lot of you came. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful break. Yeah. You'll have a break from me. And the kids will be able to just hang out a little bit more, but keep it up. And I know that if there is anything that's very important, definitely continue to email me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Kendall.
Bye.
Bye, Carla.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Gaia's brother. I'm forgetting his name.
Ronan.
Ronan. Bye, Ronan.
Bye.
Louder.
Bye, Lily. Bye, Eddie. I hope to see you guys tomorrow at a Zoom, okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye,
Okay,
Kendall.
bye.
We're gonna do Zoom tomorrow.
Friday or tomorrow Tuesday?
Tomorrow, Thursday,
Everybody.
is a kid. Tomorrow, Thursday, is a kid Zoom, and Friday there's a kid Zoom. There's two Zooms.
Okay.
All right, adios.
Bye.
Bye.